Welcome to the live update of the Trump's indictment in New York City. This is New York Parrot with our correspondent live at the court area in Manhattan, Chef Musa Drammeh. As people are awaiting the indictment of Donald Trump, the ex-president of the United States, we've seen so far the pro-Trump campaigning against the indictment, and of course the anti-Trump supporting the indictment. The security officials are actively parading every part of the area to ensure there is peace and peaceful protests on both sides. As we live stream this historical event, the first indictment of ex-president of the United States in the history of the country is taking place right now in New York City. This is Mutiu Olawuyi with our correspondent live at the event.
You know what it is. We got a lot of protesters out here keeping the peace. You know, anybody and everybody is not being belligerent or ignorant. Everybody's keeping focused. The police, they doing their job. They not even messing with everybody else, talking about provoking anything from happening. So we just here waiting on the news from Trump, what is going on, what it is. So this is coming from you live. Shorty Rock here in the Harlem Center. Holla back, baby.
Hey, what are you doing?
Talk to us.
Huh?
Talk to us. What you doing here?
Put me in there.
Talk to us.
Well, I shouldn't see myself. You should be the other way, no?
No, this is the way.
Okay.
Go, mommy, you good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Tell us what you're doing here.
I didn't know you had a press badge.
Of course I do.
Wow. How do I get one of those?
I'll help you, but
All right, yeah, definitely.
Tell us why.
You know me, I'm all over the
Yeah,
place.
tell us why you're here.
What do you want me to? What do you want to talk
Tell
about?
us why you're here.
I'm here to support Trump, but more importantly, to show resistance to the nonsense with this nonsense indictment.
So you think Trump is innocent?
Yes.
Why do you think then?
Because paying, even if he paid somebody over, that hasn't. If Michael Cohen did it on his behalf, and Trump didn't know about it, Trump did not direct him to do it. If he did it on his behalf, that's on Michael Cohen. If it happened, according to Stormy Daniels, there's a letter from her from 2018, which I posted, that it never happened. So, which is it? It happened, it didn't happen. It happened, it didn't happen. So now she's probably getting paid to say it happened.
So you think what is going on today
It's
is
so political. They
so
don't
political.
they've been trying to get him to not be able to run in 2024. All the stuff that's going on is to stop him from running. That's the bottom line. That's it.
So you think this nation needs Trump?
Definitely. Look, when he was in office, our economy was great. We were oil independent. We didn't have to depend on anybody. They were buying oil from us. You know, just doing everything in a normal, common sense type of way. The borders were getting closed. We got, because we're a sanctuary city here, we got millions of illegal immigrants coming in here, which by the fact that they're here illegally makes them a criminal, and people don't seem to understand that, okay? You want to come in the right way. But when you come in illegally, that makes you a criminal automatically. Whether it's a little crime or big crime, it's still the same thing. But because we're a sanctuary city, now they're trying to, with the pandemic, that other thing that they did. Now they're looking for resources to help immigrants, the illegal immigrants, instead of helping our own people. You know, we can't help others until we help ourselves. We have to take care of our own first. That's the bottom line. Because that's not right. Because they're using our taxpayer money that needs to go to us, not to somebody else. Because they see them as voters. They're looking to strengthen their base because a lot of people are leaving the Democrat Party. I'm one of it. I did my own little exit. Okay? I left the Democrat Party.
Why did you leave the Democratic Party?
Because it's a socialist organization now. It's a company that says they're not socialist. When they go along with the socialist ideas, then when you sleep with dogs, it's going to have fleas. If you're not pushing back on it, that means you agree with it. You got a lot of people that go along.
Now, let me ask you a question. I know that Donald Trump received more votes in the Bronx, in particular, in 2020 than even he did in 2016.
Yes.
Why do you think that is the case?
Because people see, because he's a great president. He's up there with Ronald Reagan. Reagan was a great president too. We were secure. The inflation was at its lowest. Everything was going the way things are supposed to go.
Is there any leader within the Democratic Party that you admire? Not one.
Not one.
Not locally, not nationally.
Name somebody, and like who?
Joe Biden.
Who? Biden?
Yeah.
Really?
What about Hochul, our governor?
She's an ass.
What about
Hochul? And I said when she's going to be Cuomo 2.0, and sure enough, same thing with Adams. I said he was going to be de Blasio 2.0, and sure enough, okay, they don't do anything. They stay. The way the party works, especially in the Democrat Party, they stick together no matter what. Their goal is not to take care of their constituents. Their goal is to stay in power, period. And if some constituents get benefited along the way, then it makes them look good. But the bottom line is to stay in power, and they don't care about the peasants. They don't care about us. And if you think they do, then you really have to rethink that.
in the Bronx? Who are you supporting for city council race in District 13? You're running District 13.
Yes.
And who are your competitors?
On the Republican side is Phyllis Nastasio, you have Samantha Zerka, you have Christy Marmorato, and you have George Habernack on the Republican side. On the Democratic side, you have Marjorie Velasquez, who's the incumbent, you have Bernadette Ferrara, you have Irene Estrada, and you have John Perez.
So who do you think is going to win? You?
I would like to win. I think I'm the better candidate out of, especially on the Republican side, because, look, me and you have gone back and forth on Facebook, okay? So, I don't shy away from the tough stuff. We've had words. I'm not afraid to get down and dirty and in there. I don't think these other candidates are strong enough to deal with what they're going to have to deal with in city council, because there's a lot of members. It's not just once you get into city council, then they have to deal with the other council members, who the majority are what?
Democrat.
There you go. Okay, and they're going to keep pushing their agenda. Right now, the Democrats have like 10 bills that they're trying to pass that are going to decimate our police department. Do you know that?
No.
Okay, look it up. There's bills. There's 10 bills. They want to shackle our police department for every little minutia thing. It's outrageous. They want to defund them some more. I mean, it's outrageous. We might as well just we have handed the keys over to the criminals. The criminals know there's no consequences. And brag That's about all he can brag about is his name. His name is Bragg. But other than that, he's just another tool of their cabal, their system.
But you should support our mayor. Our mayor is tough on crime, and he's for public safety.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not.
No, how do you know?
First of all, he should be removed or ask Hochul to remove Bragg.
No, he can't do it. He's the mayor.
He can. Yes,
the mayor can do it.
But he can ask Hochul to do it. Hochul can do it. He's the governor. DeSantis did it with one of his DAs that wasn't doing their job. He has outright said he's not going to prosecute criminals. He's reducing major crimes into misdemeanors. That's not for public safety. And if Adams truly cared about public safety, his first thing would be to get rid of Bragg. That's number one. Number two, he's looking for funding for, again, all these illegal immigrants that are here because we're a sanctuary city. I have the perfect solution to fix that. You want to know how?
How?
Stop being a sanctuary city. Once we're no longer a sanctuary city, they got to go. Right or wrong?
All right.
Then they would have to be arrested or shipped back or whatever it is to do. That, if we cared about public safety, because we have gangs coming in, we have fentanyl coming in, all drugs and everything coming in from the border. Thanks to Biden, okay, and Adams could stop it today. Declare New York City is no longer a sanctuary city. That right there, boom. People would go nuts. Whoa, you're anti-immigrant. No, I'm not anti-immigrant. I'm anti-illegal immigration. Okay, that's a big difference. And you came here legally, right? All right. Welcome. You're here legally. But people that come here illegally do not get the protections, are not supposed to get the protections of our laws. You understand?
Let me ask you a question.
Because they're invaders. Now they're invaders. They're not.
If let's say Trump and DeSantis become the two candidates,
right?
Who are you supporting?
Well, I would say I would have to go with, I like Ron DeSantis too, but I think he needs to stay in Florida a bit to strengthen up that government so that when he does run for president or whatever, he leaves, whoever comes in after him has to be as strong as he is. Us, for the people, okay? It's supposed to be government for the people, by the people, okay? He's doing that. So after he leaves, then you get somebody in like we had, I'm not gonna say, I don't want to say Bloomberg, but Bloomberg was another fool. But he was better than de Blasio. Okay, so at least with Bloomberg prosecuted, made sure that we had a rule of law and so on and so forth. And then you come in with de Blasio, a communist. He's an outright communist, and people need to research your candidates. You need to research their backgrounds. Who's their friends? Who's donating to them? What is they believe? What's their agenda? People don't do that. They go by looks. They go by looks, by their face.
So in the Bronx, let's come back to the Bronx.
Uh-huh.
You know, in recent years, you know, Assembly District 80 and Council District 13, they have been very diverse now. The Democrats are having problems. You think that will continue?
I think that what?
The Democrats,
right?
To hold on to these two districts.
They're desperate. They know the tide is turning. But right now we have one party rule. That's not good. It does not. You can't listen. And most of these politicians that are elected, they only take care of their constituents, meaning people that think alike like them. You know, how many times? Who's my assemblyman? John Zuccaro now. But when Natalia was my assemblywoman, did I switch to Republican? No. They don't send out mailers to Republicans or independents. They only send it out to Democrats. that's not taking care of all your constituents. Okay?
Sure.
That's a problem.
Are you serving on any committee?
But you're fantastic. I think I heard that.
Thank you. Come to my district and vote for me.
I was in your district. I would. Everything you said, I agree with. There was nothing I didn't help support disabled American veterans.
Right.
That's great.
That's
and
right.
I do. I send my little amount that I can send, right? But for all the money that we're spending on the illegal aliens that came in,
Right.
$1 billion, not
Right.
$1 million,
Right.
$1 billion.
Billions of
Because
dollars.
that has gone to each and every one of those disabled
That's
vets
right.
here in New York City to
That's
get
right.
them off the street, to get them a place to live, to get them some goodness.
Right.
This woman is great. And I don't know her. I am not part of her campaign. I don't live in the city. I happen to be standing here listening to what she said, and what she said makes common sense. It makes America, and it's America that we love. We know we need more positive American nationality.
Now, let me ask you a question.
That's a fact.
Why do you support Trump?
Why do I support Trump?
Yeah.
Because for 4 years when he was in office, we had no new American soldiers going out and risking their lives or risking death in other places. We have $2 which nobody helped them with.
Right.
We had an inflation rate which was 1.9, not 6.7 or 6.8, whatever it is now. The man did a wonderful job. The man is one of the very few people who go into the office with more money than they come out of the office with.
Right.
Believe it, he loves the country. He's for the country. He's a good person. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But he's a good man and a man that we should support and a man we should be with. And I'm here to support him.
Are you from New York?
I am local.
Local. Okay.
That means it's
And I'm even a little bit afraid today because you don't know who's in this thing. And is the FBI going to be coming and looking at me because I was up here, I was down, I was below, and I support Trump. And I don't know, they'll be looking at me too with these demo rats.
Well, there you go, folks. America all the way, baby. You
America
couldn't even
all the
say
way.
it better, and she couldn't even say it better. Down the
Live,
all the
God
way,
bless
baby.
America. We're not looking to take over the world. We're looking to live our life.
That's it.
Now,
Keep
there
the
is
peace.
something else too. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's something else too. We are now weak, a weak nation. We have a coalition of China, which is our enemy, and whether we know it or not, whether you know it or not, we're at war with China. China's at war with us, I should say. I said that wrong. China's at war with us. They want to take over our country. They want to take over the world. China is the one country that is now making coalition with Russia,
Yes.
China,
India.
Iran,
India.
India, Pakistan, North Korea, where Trump had this under control.
Right.
Trump had this under control.
That's right.
Not perfect. And
They
also,
wouldn't have
there
done
would
it
never
if he was still
been
there.
a Ukrainian war if
No.
Trump was in there.
Right. But not only that, but
And,
but
excuse me, I'm
people
very
are
sorry.
not.
I'm very
No, give me
sorry.
your last
We're
word.
not
I gotta
talking-
go.
What we're not talking about is that right now, while everybody's focused on Trump, right now the dollar is being decimated. India is going to start using the yen.
Right.
Russia's going to use the yen.
Right.
Saudi Arabia, they all have listen, they're only our friends until they're not. And they're not our friends. And people need to realize that we have to be on, we need to close up this country and be isolationist and fix it.
Right.
Because right now the world is against us. They've been waiting for their chance to get in, and Biden gave them that chance. Okay, I'm not even gonna say Biden because he doesn't even know where he is half the time. Whoever's controlling him and everything.
Right.
All right, now tell me the last thing. You're running for District 13 in the Bronx as a Republican candidate. Give me one or two platform items that you're running on.
Well, one of my first is to save our local businesses. Right now, there's a bill. There are two bills in the city council that I hear from a good source that I have that Marjorie is going to vote on a bill that's going to decimate our mom and pop stores. Right now, our small businesses don't have any recourse to their leases. They have maybe a 1 or 2 year lease, maybe a 6 month lease, and they don't talk about it. Because they don't want to get kicked out.
In a world where the quality of information available to poorer communities is doctored, tainted and sometimes regressive, where the words fake news have come to mean other people's opinions, it is vital to rely on news platforms with journalists who have feet on the ground and can report the truth. New York Parrot, a New York-based national and global news outlet, is changing the narratives of media operations. We focus on the news that matters, like self-empowerment, entrepreneurship, finances, health, security, politics, and more.
AMI, because currently the Bronx, AMI, we're mixed in with Westchester, so they have a higher income. So when they talk about 30% AMI and 50% AMI, it's going on based on a higher rate because of we need them disabled. And I don't tell nobody.
When it's a primary, when it's a Republican primary.
Well, it's both Republican.
Your primary is when?
It's June. It's in June.
Okay.
It's in June, but I may not. I don't know. I may not be on the primary ballot.
Okay.
I'm looking to go to November.
Okay.
Okay, because again, another money laundering scheme. Okay. You understand? What do you need a primary for? They picked me. They picked the sister of the head of the GM. No conflict of interest there. I mean, she's a nice girl and everything, but you see, there's so many different candidates. Put all the candidates equally, and may the best man or woman come out on top, but they don't do that. See, so there's that, and then the Democrats what?
Let's continue the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the list later on because I think I have something to say about that.
Okay, well, if anything, message me because I may be gone by the time that.
I will. Yeah, thank you. That's my longtime friend. So let me give my brief remarks before we end this live show. I am right here, corner of Center Street and Wharf, and right on my left-hand side is where the courthouse is, and obviously it is a restricted area because a former president, being indicted in it, is so historic that not many people are allowed. So there was some media outlets, but I think, I don't know, maybe they've slept here last night, but you know, it is fortified area, totally restricted. But as you can see, a lot of people are all over the financial district, you know, close to the to where the court house is, and you know, follow us on our media to get more details about what, you know, has transpired today. And today is only the beginning. This is a long-term, you know, process, because, you know, the former president will fight vigorously to exonerate himself, and obviously the DA will also fight tooth and nail to making sure that you know, the accused is found guilty. So it's going to be a long process. It's going to be a very fierce fight. But you know, let's stay the course. Let's follow the process, and you know, let's honor the Constitution, and let's also respect the rule of law and the legal procedure. I think at the end, anybody who loves this country and loves the Constitution and loves the rule of law, you know, will find it to be fair and balanced, because this country is a nation of, you know, law and order, and that is why to bring, you know, a former president to court is an amazing, you know, endeavor. That tells you how pretty much colorblind, status blind, and position blind, you know, our judicial system is. And obviously, you know, there are some people who will not accept it, and for good reason. But at least there are a lot who accepted that this, you know, this system is a system that, you know, respects the rule of law. But in anyhow, those who support Trump, they're making noise. Those who are anti-Trump, they're making noise. And those who are there, you know, for legal, you know, process to take its course, they're also doing their thing. So the noises are being made, you know, from different angles. But obviously, you know, those who are in authority, they're not saying anything, because, you know, to them, it's not a partisan, it's not politics. It's executing, you know, the law to the fullest. So I'm right here, again, Wolf Street and Santa Street. Those of you who know New York City, you know what Wall Street and Santa Street is, and this is where the court houses are. This is where, you know, right, you know, behind me, you know, is where the One Police Plaza is, and, you know, next to it is the municipal building, and behind it is the City Hall. So this is the center of New York City politics, New York City, you know, power, and New York City law and justice. So, you know, this is the seat of power and, you know, law and justice, you know, in New York. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna leave you on, because I think we've covered enough for today, and you know, we'll continue. If something breaks out, you know, I'll come back. If not, I think we've had enough. But in the meantime, continue to follow us on our, you know, websites, and, you know, YouTube is Parrot TV or Muslim World News. Both of them will get you to the latest updates, you know, as we continue to provide them. And if you want to check our website, you can go to NewYorkParrot.com or SenegambiaParrot.com or MuslimParrot.com. You know, any one of those websites will provide the latest information about this situation and other situations relevant to our readers. God bless you all, and, you know, stay tuned, and we'll continue to update. Ciao. So I'm going to be out
in a world where the quality of information available to poorer communities is doctored, tainted, and sometimes regressive, where the words fake news have come to mean other people's opinions, it is vital to rely on news platform with journalists who have feet on the ground and can report the truth. New York Parrot a New York-based national and global news outlet, is changing the narratives of media operations. We focus on the news that matters, like self-empowerment, entrepreneurship, finances, health, security, politics, and more. We strive to curb violence, racial and economic discrimination, and to promote peace and socio-economic development of multiculturally diverse world. As we give voice to the people, we also give your business a voice and make it heard. Get your product and services off the ground by advertising on our fast-growing platform. With so much of daily visits to New York parrots, you can't afford to be invisible to prospective clients on the websites they trust the most. Our posts reach millions of people across the New York State and around the world. Advertising on our news site will unlock an audience of thousands of potential customers on your doorstep. New York Parrot is born to prosperously